What's up guys, CJ here, and welcome back to another all-new Hybrid Network trailer breakdown, or I guess, 5-minute long sizzle reel breakdown, because that is what we got from Aquaman this morning. Not a trailer, a 5-minute long collection of shots and scenes from the film. And let's be honest, that's even better. The trailer featured everything from better looks at characters like Black Manta, Orm, our first look at King Nereus, better looks at Temuera Morrison and Nicole Kidman as Aquaman's parents, as well as giving us a really good feel for the tone of the movie, giving us some of that action-adventure genre we'd heard about, a little dose of the comedy that we know is going to be in the film, but also some incredibly stunning action shots, and without further ado, I guess, let's dive right in. The trailer opens up kind of like the last trailer did. We get another good look at Temuera Morrison as Aquaman's dad, and yes, that is Django. Whether he's going to be called Tom Curry or not in this film, we don't know, but he is going to have a sizable role, it looks like. In that same vein, we also get multiple good looks at Nicole Kidman as Aquaman's mother, Queen Atlanna, both when Arthur was a child, and later kicking ass in her own right in this scene where we see her taking on some mysterious armored soldiers. In these early sequences, they really play up the fact that Arthur is the son of the land and the sea, and he can be a bridge to bring peace between the two sides. And it's kind of interesting that Atlanna was apparently thinking about this all along, like even since he was a kid, because it doesn't seem like the surface world is threatened by Atlantis, because it doesn't seem like they're even aware that Atlantis exists. So this is maybe, something that she wanted to keep in her back pocket. It's like, hey, here's this child that could unite us, but it kind of seems like forward thinking for a problem that's not really there. But that does kind of juxtapose Arthur really directly with his full Atlantean half-brother Orm, who wants to conquer the surface world. So here in one corner we have somebody that wants to unify by conquering, and another person who wants to unify, I guess, kind of a little more diplomatically, and I feel like most people are going to agree with Aquaman on that one. One of the first long scenes give us what looks like it'll be part of this film's central plot, the central structure of the film. Arthur and Mera team up to track down the Trident of King Atlan, played by Graham McTavish, who had hidden it away so the powerful weapon didn't fall into the wrong hands. Their journey takes them to a ruined Atlantean temple, which is, ironically, in the middle of the Sahara, and we get to see Mera use her iconic hydrokinetic abilities to draw sweat from Arthur to activate the key they have, where they see this holographic projection of Atlan and learn sort of the riddle, the mystery, the MacGuffin chase that is them looking for this trident. And uniting or dividing land and sea is another, it's brought up again here, so it's a common theme in this movie. I mean, not only does Atlanna want to bring the two groups of people together, King Atlan says that the true heir could use the trident's power to make that harmony happen as well. The scene also shows off that the movie will definitely have a heavy dose of humor, beyond even what we saw from Momoa in Justice League, and honestly, through 2 trailers, this movie might be the most lighthearted thing we've seen yet in the worlds of DC, given the action-adventure genre and the amount of comedy that we've seen in just the 7 minutes so far released from this film. But to be fair, I mean, as Marvel kind of shows on a really regular basis, having quips and comedy doesn't undercut the drama or action of your movie as long as it's pulled off well and worked in well. And I know it's not going to work for some people, but so far the jokes we've seen have been landing for me, for sure. We also get a first look at Dolph Lundgren, Ivan Drago himself, as King Nereus of Jebel, Mera's father, from reports that we've heard, but whether or not that relationship is going to be played up in this film is TBD. It looks like he might be working with Orm, who tells him in this footage that the beast, quote-unquote, has awakened, and it's time to move on the surface world. What beast they're talking about in particular, we don't know. The Trench are going to be in the movie, we see them again in this footage, but they're more of like a horde than a single monster, so they could be talking about like the Trench Queen or the Trench King. That definitely would be something, or it's another sea monster that we haven't even seen yet. The next part of the footage, though, is my favorite in this entire release. We get to see an absolutely insane action sequence featuring Mera and Arthur taking on Black Manta and 3 of his armor-clad henchmen. I've seen a lot of people commenting on this, but it does have a very video game feel to it, but I don't think it's a negative at all. In fact, the use of cuts and how the scene is structured already puts this up there with something like the warehouse fight from Batman v Superman to me. I don't think it supplants that, because that is still like one of the best fight sequences that I've ever seen, but this is really remarkably insane. It's very different. I don't think I've ever seen anything quite like this. Black Manta here looks incredible. Not only is he going to have those eye-beams shooting out of that helmet, he's more than a match for Aquaman hand-to-hand as well. And again, I think, huge props to DC for going all out with this film and making Black Manta look so accurate. His henchmen, though, are a little more interesting to me, because it looks like they're Atlantean soldiers. We see similar soldiers in an underwater fight sequence with Arthur and others throughout the rest of the trailer as well, sometimes painted differently, maybe meaning they're different ranks or different units. We also see these soldiers in a massive battle sequence at the end of the trailer, which I guess really hammers home these are Atlantean soldiers. So Black Manta looks like he's running around with some support from Atlantis, kind of more or less confirming that yes, he is probably working for Orm. I did really quickly want to point out this shot. It's a gorgeous, massive white room, and I have no idea where this is or how this fits in. My first thought was this might be where the trident is hidden, but I think it could also just be a room in Atlantis, a building in Atlantis. It could be the throne room. The white color scheme is kind of jarring with the rest of the film, but it matches up with the armor of the soldiers we see Atlanta fighting, and we kind of see her wearing white a lot in the film anyways, so I'm really thinking this could be a throne room. And of course, the end of the footage, the money shot of Arthur clad in his classic orange and green armor, wielding King Atlan's trident. Not much to explain here, other than the fact that I do think Momoa looks great in this armor. That was the big question for me, is whether to keep him in the classic suit or give him something that is more, like, I guess, quintessentially him. And honestly, I think this works. I know there are a lot of people that don't like this, but personally, I love this look. I'm going to be interested to see how much it's in the film, but I hear this is just going to be, more than just like a one-shot, one-scene thing. Let me know in the comment section down below what you think of the new footage. Personally, I really enjoyed it, and honestly, even if the movie ends up being bad, and I hear it is great, it just seems like it's going to be a lot of fun, which is something that I think a lot of moviegoers are really going to enjoy seeing. That's going to do it for me here, though. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to smash that like if you like what you saw, subscribe for more great content every single day, and consider turning on your notifications to be alerted every time we upload a new video. Signing off, this is CJ, and I'll see you next time.